Good day, everyone. Here I am, your Tita in the subject Introduction to the World Religions and Belief System. For today's topic, our lesson is about the interconnectedness of geography, culture, and religions. We will be also talking about the origin of world religions. Okay, our most essential learning competency for this lesson is analyze the interconnectedness of geography, culture, and religion. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify the origin and the historical geographical context of the different religions in the world, analyze the interconnectedness of geography, culture, and religions, and show respect and understanding of someone's belief. Let us start with a motivational activity. Just pause the video and follow the instruction. Okay, before we will proceed, let us discuss the answer of the activity. Check if you have answered correctly. Okay, for number one, it is the flag of UK or United Kingdom. As you see, it combines the crosses of the three countries united under one sovereign, the kingdoms of England and Wales, of Scotland, and of Ireland. Now, the UK's official religion is Christianity, as you see. The symbol of crosses on their flag, and the churches of all denominations can be found throughout the UK, such as Catholic, Protestant, Baptist, and Methodist. Number two is the national flag of Saudi Arabia. It has a green background with Arabic inscription and a sword in white. The inscription is the Islamic creed or Shahada. There is no deity but God. Muhammad is the messenger of God. The green of the flag represents Islam, and the sword stands for the strictness in applying justice. Saudi Arabia defines itself uh, as a sovereign Arab Islamic state with Islam as its official religion. Let's have number three. It is the flag of UK. Turkey. Yes, it is the flag of Turkey. It has a strong origin story related to the Ottoman Empire. Star and crescent became the symbol of Islam because it was the flag of the Ottomans, who were also the caliphs and the leaders of the Islamic world. According to the Turkish government, 99% of the population is Muslim. Number four, it is the flag of Pakistan. The green represents Islam and majority of Muslims in Pakistan, and the white stripe represents religious minorities and minority religions. In the center, the crescent and the star, which is traditionally the symbol of Islam, symbolizes progress and light, respectively. Number five is the national flag of India. Okay, correct. Okay, it is the national flag of India. The white middle band indicates peace and truth with Dharma Chakra. Dharma Chakra is also known as the wheel of the law. It is the single most important symbol of Buddhism, denoting the Buddha's first sermon in the forest at Sarnath. Okay, it represents the Eightfold Path preached by Buddha: the right view, right resolve, speech, right actions, right occupation, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. And the last one is number six. Okay, Israel's flag, which consists of a white background with a blue star of David in the center and two horizontal blue stripes at the top and bottom. It is the only country with a Jewish majority of 76%. Okay, good job, students, for doing your best in the motivational activity. Let's move to the next. Okay, three important terms to define. We have geography, culture, and religion. Okay. Probably you have encountered these three terms before, especially the term religion, which was discussed during the first video. Okay, so let's see for geography and culture and religion, of course. I want you to fill in the blank, okay, to see if you have remembered something about these important terms. Let's have geography. Geography is the study of blank and the relationship between blank and their environment. What do you think is the answer? Or are the answers? And next, culture. Culture is a way of life of a group of people. The behavior, blank, values, and symbols that they accept generally without thinking about them, and that are passed along by communication and imitation from one generation to the next. Let's see if you have answered correctly. Okay, good job. Okay, so let's move to the next term, which is the religion. Religion is an organized system of beliefs, ceremonies, and rules used to worship a god or a group of gods. Okay, so generally, we are going to study the places where major religions originated and the people living in that regions or location and the people's behavior, beliefs, values, symbols that they accept. Okay, as you see, the table shows the significant dates in the history of the establishment of several world religions. It started with 200 BCE, which is the time of Abraham, the patriarch of Israel, then the time of Moses, the Hebrew leader of Exodus, then the time when Hindus compiled their holy text, the Vedas, then the time of the Buddha, founder of Buddhism, and time of Confucius, founder of Confucianism. The Hindu book Bhagavad Gita was written, and the time of Jesus Christ, the Messiah and founder of Christianity. The time of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection, and the New Testament, the time where the New Testament was written by followers of Jesus Christ. Then the beginnings of Shintoism, which has no known founder, and then the time of Lao Tzu, founder of Taoism, and the last is the time of Muhammad, who recorded the Quran as the basis of Islam. Okay, let's start with the Abrahamic religions. West Asia is home of three great religions, namely Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The book of Genesis, the first book of Torah, is the narrative about the origins of the world and humans, about the fall of humanity, the election of Abraham, and the making of the covenant with Abraham and other patriarchs. The book tells of the Israel's ancestors and the migration to Egypt. So, according to Turpin, the origin of religion began in the Garden of Eden when God clearly revealed himself to Adam. We discussed this in the first lesson. However, Adam and Eve rejected the revelations and instead chose to believe falsehood about God. So their sin was they wanted to be gods themselves. They followed the voice of Satan, the devil. So in this act of disobedience, Adam believed Satan and adopted his own worldview view over God's worldview. Adam's disobedience had consequences for the rest of his descendants. It affected how they viewed God and creation. So the event of the Tower of Babel in Genesis 11 was a triggering point to explain the explosive diversity of religion, not through development stages, but through an act of rebellion and separation. So, according to Genesis, God created Adam on the sixth day, approximately. Okay, 4,000 years before Christ. Next came the flood around 2348 BC. Then the Tower of Babel around 2246 BC. And finally, the time of Patriarch Abraham, the father of the three monotheistic religions, wherein in the book of Genesis, chapter 12, he received the call of God, to hear the voice of the Lord, telling him to move to another country and leave his father's family and go to the promised land God would show to him. So or the prophet and patriarch Abraham played a major role in the establishment of the three monotheistic religions, which account for more than half of the world's total population at present. As such, these organized religions are collectively known as Abrahamic religions. The Jewish people regard Abraham as the ancestor of the Israelites through his descendants, Isaac, and Jacob. The Muslim consider Abraham's son Ishmael as the ancestor of the Arabs. The Christian view Abraham's father Abraham as a father in faith as narrated in the Bible and the ancestor of Jesus Christ. So the three monotheistic religions share uh, some commonalities in their basic tenet or beliefs or doctrines. For one, they all worship one supreme being. Okay, the ancient Hebrews called their God Elohim, Adonai, or Yahweh. Present-day Judaism uses the names Lord and God. For the Muslim, they call their God as Allah. In addition, prophets and apostles play major roles in these religions. Judaism has 48 eh, Judaism has 48 prophets and 7 prophetesses. Early prophets include Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Aaron, and Joshua, to name a few. In Christianity, the 12 apostles were the primary disciples of Jesus Christ, some of whom wrote parts of the New Testament. For the Muslim, they believe that Muhammad is the final prophet or the seal of the prophets. Prior to the establishments of the three organized religions, the rule of the divine revelation or intervention is associated among their um, originators or progenitors. For instance, God instructed Abraham, okay, to sacrifice his own son Isaac at Mount Moriah. God presented the Ten Commandments to Moses at Mount Sinai. God sacrificed his son Jesus Christ through crucifixion as the plan to salvation. God commanded Muhammad to establish a new religion at a cave in Mount Hira. Then and now, followers of the three Abrahamic religions are presented with a choice between good and evil. Let's move to the geographical distribution of Abrahamic religions. According to the Pew Research Center, there are about 14 million Jews around the world, representing 0.02% of the global population. More than four-fifths of all Jewish live in just two countries, the United States and Israel. The largest remaining shares of the global Jewish population are in Canada, France, United Kingdom, Germany, Russia, Argentina. So Israel is the only country with a Jewish majority. For Christianity, it is a faith that began nearly 2,000 years ago in the Middle East. It is considered the most popular religion in the world with the greatest number of followers or adherents among all religions. It developed out of Judaism during the reign of the Roman Empire in West Asia. It centers on the life, teaching, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, whose root can be traced back to Abraham. A comprehensive demographic study of more than 200 countries finds that there are 2.18 billion Christians uh, around the world, representing nearly a third of the estimated 2010 global population of 6.9 billion. So Christians are also geographically widespread, so far flung, in fact, that no single continent or region can indisputably claim to be the center of global Christianity. A century ago, there was not the case. In 1910, about two-thirds of the world's Christians lived in Europe, where the bulk of Christians had been for a millennium, according to historical estimates by the Center for the Study of Global Christianity. Today, only about a quarter of all Christians live in Europe. A plurality more than a third now are in the Americas. About one in every four Christians lives in sub-Saharan Africa, and about one in eight found in Asia and the Pacific. That is according to Pew Research Center 2011. Okay, next is Islam. It is the second largest religion in the world after Christianity, with about 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide. Islam started in Mecca in modern day Saudi Arabia during the time of the Prophet Muhammad. Mecca is the holiest place in the Islamic religion because it's the hometown of Islam's Prophet Muhammad and the place where he states that Allah revealed um, their holy book, the Quran, to him. Mecca has been the most important religious site for Muslims for 1,400 years. Okay, next. Okay, today, let's have Islam first. The faith of Islam is spreading rapidly throughout the world. Uh, it is widely practiced in the Middle East and North Africa. It has also many adherents in South Asia, like Indonesia. In fact, this country has the largest number of followers of the Islamic faith. Next, let's have Indian religions. India is located in South Asia. It is neighboring country, or it has its neighboring countries like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. So, religion is an essential part of the Indian tradition. Four great religions originated in India, like Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and a myriad of minor cults and local sects. Even Muslims and Christians have found their way into the Indian heartland along with the Jews and Zoroastrians. Next is Hinduism or the Sanatana Dharma. Hinduism perfectly reflects Indian heterogeneity with its eclectic, diversified, and assorted ways of religious expressions that are quite confusing to outsiders. Hinduism, uh, which is originated in India, has no specific founder, no one sacred book, and with innumerable gods and goddesses that any Hindu can venerate. As such, Hinduism can be considered as museum of religions. It was during the Vedic period that Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma became systematized as a religion that preached order and purpose to the cosmos and human life. So during this period, universal order became equated with a stable society as evidenced by the establishment of a centralized government and the integration of collective traditions into Indian lives. Another religion that is originated in India is Buddhism or Buddha Dharma and Dharma Vinaya. Buddhism is a faith that was founded by Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha, more than 2,500 years ago in India. Buddha was not a god but a human being who came to discover how to terminate suffering in order to escape the painful and continuous cycle of the rebirth. Buddhist followers revere Buddha in the same way that members of other world religions worship their gods. The Mahayana sect of Buddhism differs from the Theravada school because of its rich array of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. We have Bodhisattvas who have attained spiritual enlightenment. These beings are already eligible to enter nirvana but choose to delay this glorious path to guide others to the path of salvation. So Buddhism spread far and wide from India to Sri Lanka and to Southeast Asia. The religion was transported to China and gained much headway as it reached Korea, Japan, Vietnam. Across the Himalayas, it reached the Tibetan lands. Presently, Buddhism has become more popular outside its place of origin, while Hinduism has remained entrenched in India throughout many cultures. A. The way of the Tao in Eastern Frontier. China, the largest of all Asian countries, occupies nearly the entire East Asian landmass and covers approximately 1/14 of the land area of Earth, making it almost as large as the whole of the Europe. Okay, so it is uh, China adopted Confucius' ideals and ethics. Confucius is regarded as China's greatest philosopher and teacher who lived at the same time as Siddhartha Gautama in India. The writings of Confucius frequently dwell upon the theme of the Tao, understood as being the truth or way things ought to be done, concordant with a specific view of life, politics, and customs. Okay, on the other hand, Shintoism is a loosely organized local belief of Japan, somewhat an ardent religious form of Japanese patriotism. Japanese people believe that their emperors literally descended from the sun goddess Amaterasu. The term Shinto was coined around the 16th century to distinguish native belief system from the imported religions of China and Korea, including Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. The term actually originated from the Chinese words Shin and Tao, roughly translated as the way of the gods, or of primal importance, were the kami that were often defined as gods, but also could also refer to deities of heaven and earth, or even spirits in human beings, animals, trees, seas, and mountains. Okay, finally, we are done with um, okay, our lesson, the test where if you have understood something from our discussion, okay, take this assessment, just post the video again and follow the instruction. Hey, good job, students. Um, Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe to my channel for more videos.